Shirena Obozige, welcome to Thursday. You know what time it is, TGIF and happy hour. Now let's begin with this extreme cyber xenophobic attack between South Africans and Nigerians on Thursday that left residents of South Africa stranded as Bolt and Uber had to withdraw their services in reaction to this trend. Now it's of netizens ordering rights in countries they are not, and it started with this user who has now gone private on X. He had tweeted on the space of social media with a snapshot of what he has ordered, and he says he's in South Africa. He ordered a ride in Nigeria. Now, very soon, as we will see moving forward in this ride, Nigerians joined the trend in retaliation, and this picture was what we then had. Let's see some pictures at this point. So this is a map, of course. I would show you the video, the real video of this on map, of Nigerians who ordered, right from Nigeria, they ordered about 40 rides in South Africa to a spot in Johannesburg to pick them up. Meanwhile, they are here back in Nigeria. Let's have that 17 seconds video to represent this clip on map that you see.
I may have just going on like that. There's no way. What am I going to show that?
Okay, so that's the representation right there. Let's see some conversations between supposed passengers and drivers when they arrived. So we had this person who has cancelled so many trips, of course, as you know, and they were blocked. And then we have this driver who already arrived, and the passenger was asking, where are you? Arrived. He says, where are you? Let's text. I can't talk. Robot. Which robot? I'm here. The one in Lagos. Me too, I'm here. From South Africa, you ordered a ride in Nigeria. So something went wrong. You have too many rejected others requests. Your account is also blocked. And then we have Unkomo, who was asking the passenger, where are you? He says, I'm on my way. Please be fast. I'm late. I'm here. He says, okay, wait for me. I'm coming with I'm coming with Eba. But you said you're late. He says, I'm coming with Eba. Don't you want to eat Eba? And the driver is confused. Hey, uncle, what is Eba? So basically, this was it. Let's have some thoughts and some posts in reaction to this. So this user had said that one of the driver he ordered was 9 minutes away from where he was, and it was a woman. And he says, I was almost feeling bad for her because she's a woman, but I remembered that even the Bible said that the sins of the brothers shall be visited upon the sisters. So I cancelled when she arrived. Make her go order food from Johannesburg to Ogba. Ogba is in Lagos, if you missed it. Rito says, we South Africans started this, and it's so sad because we can't beat Nigerians when it comes to this game. Like 3 goods have been delivered to my doorstep, which I didn't order. It's really annoying. Nigerians, we are truly sorry. That's pay on delivery right there. People receiving goods they never ordered with just random addresses. And for Shaware, he says, I totally condemn the cyber war on South African internet infrastructure by a group of netizens from Nigeria, disrupting online transportation services for a majority of fellow Africans because of the misconduct of a few South Africans. He says it is unacceptable, and I want it stopped henceforth. Cyber xenophobia is a dangerously reprehensible as mental and physical xenophobia. There are millions of South Africans as well as Nigerians in the diaspora that would be adversely affected by this terrible conduct. And it says, hashtag Africa Unite. Final thoughts on this story before we have more reactions will be from X to Bobby, who says, I don't understand some of you on here, to be honest. Maybe it's the urge to sound different or come off as a good person. When South Africans started it yesterday, you didn't see their compatriot cautioning them that Nigerian boat drivers were innocent and should be left alone. But now that Nigerians are going boat for boat with them, you are here preaching what we don't know. Okay, so let's do more stories, because they soon said, oh, 60, they are just 59 million. And of course, you know, we're about 220. You can imagine the gap, and it wasn't really interesting because people were frustrated and people had to suffer by walking long distances just in reaction to this. Well, since we're already out of Nigeria, The 92-year-old president of Cameroon, Paul Biya, is set to run again for office in 2025 at age 93. There are concerns that even if his opponent may not be allowed to contest, and that would most likely make the election a walkover for him. All things being equal, he would be 100 years in 2032 when he completes the new 7-year tenure in Cameroon. And this news is according to the founder of the Foreign Press Association, Kennedy Wandera. He's trending on the space of social media just the early hours of this morning. So, Buckminster is saying that at 42, Paul Biya was Prime Minister of Cameroon in 1975. He says at 49, he became President of Cameroon in 1982. The old man has since planted himself in power. He's 91 already and will be 92 in 2025, yet wants to run for another 7-year term in office. Africa needs to retire ancestors. Worse is that he governs Cameroon from Geneva, Switzerland. And then, okay, this is for Atiku, most likely our next story. So let's have more stories and more reactions at this point. Yes, this is still from Atiku in a story that will come much later. Let's have reactions. Yeah, so this user says, so he was talking about countries that have term limit, and he says the rest of African countries should be converted into kingdoms and forget wasting people's time of voting and causing unnecessary hatred between citizens. There is nothing funny about African system of governance. At this point, maybe we want to clap for Nigeria that after 2 times, you're gone. Well, Umtati says, not very shocking. I tell you Africans, lack of progress is a result of these greedy, power-hungry politicians who have sold out to Western interests in cling to power. This has condemned our continent to enduring suffering for centuries to come. And it says, hopefully, future generations will rise up and vote out these devilish parasites. For Eze, he says he's not the one doing it. Some people have seized power and are ruling in his name. I mean, just remember an occasion where he wasn't even aware where he was, and he was asking, where am I? What's going on? An event he was invited to, and he honored it. I mean, now look at 100 years in office. Well, Nigeria, we have 23rd Chief Justice of Nigeria sworn in today, August 23rd, 2024. She is Justice Kudirat Kekere-Ekun. This is after the 22nd CJN left office on Thursday for clocking the mandatory retirement age of 70. Well, he has a message. He wants the timely payment of remuneration of judges in or out of office because the welfare of the judiciary is the welfare of the country, according to him.
Not be sweated for in or outside the office. Our judges must not be made to go cap in hand to beg before their remunerations is paid. Our retired justices deserve to live in a relative reasonable comfort after spending their prime years serving the country. This is more so that they are constitutionally precluded from going back to active practice as barristers after leaving office. If truth must be told, the welfare of the judiciary is the welfare of the country.
All right, so for Ogunshola, it says a good and incorruptible authority in the temple of justice. Despite the intimidation and harassment from the losers of the last elections, he led his colleagues to stand up for the truth without fear or favor. Pray for his happy retirement. Well, he says he's praying. Opsi says, may Nigeria never witness such a CJN in our history again. He made Nigeria judiciary so ordinary that people don't believe in our judicial system again. And then for John Paul, he says, life itself is a means to an end. So now, what next for him? Is he a good man or a bad man? Can he, in all sincerity, beat his chest and say, I was just? Does he deserve a place on the glory wall of our heroes past? What will he be remembered for? So many questions right there. And then this user says, game point, it says, may the Lord bless his retirement. May his kind never occupy the CJ position. May the Lord give the new CJN wisdom to render justice as it fits in all cases. May the new CJN not be influenced by the political class. And it says, may justice reign in Nigeria in Jesus' name. Amen. Just to mention that, congratulations to the second woman who will be the CJN of Nigeria. Now, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has alleged that Nigeria is rapidly transforming into a government of Tinubu, by Tinubu, and for Tinubu. In a statement by his media advisor, Paul Ibe, on Wednesday, he said that the future of Nigerians has been effectively mortgaged to the president, his family, then his associate as well. And he says he's worried, as Atiku, that even after Tinubu leaves office, it will be nearly impossible to break these shackles. Just to read some paragraphs of his tweet, he says, just as Alpha, Beta, Primero, and others act as Tinubu's proxies in Lagos, managing critical sectors and generating revenue for him and his family, he has begun to replicate this at the federal government. And he's saying that in a move that defies economic logic, OVH, previously owned by NNPC Retail, has now acquired NNPC Retail. This absurd situation means that Wale Tinubu's Oando now owns 49% of NNPC Retail. Moreover, Nigeria paid Wale Tinubu a significant sum to facilitate the Tinubu family acquisition of the National Oil Company. This represents a clear case of illogical business transactions and abuse of office by President Tinubu, who has prevented NNPC from becoming a public liability company as stipulated by the Petroleum Industry Act. Well, he said 1,001 things more that you could just find and complete for yourself on social media. But let's bring you in at this point and see your reactions to this on the space of social media. So we just juggled this a bit to bring that out. It's all good. Says the man just does whatever he wants. Who can stop him? Now talk, we go talk. Many people are benefiting from Nigeria's misery, so the ride will most likely continue unless, well, he didn't say what the conditions will be. BV Tory says, no patriot, no sane person will support Tinubu to access power. He had a track record in Lagos, but some people thought it was about tribe or religion. Even when Nigerians rejected him, those who have not worked for a legitimate living but reap corruptly imposed him. And also, reacting to this user, to this tweet, is another development right there, who was saying, making a case or saying, talking to Atiku right there to say that, oh, he also did a thing that he's accusing the sitting president of. And he was saying that I'm not sure you would do better than him when you get the office, or if you get the office. Well,